Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Strat Gamer here, bringing you a new Anno 1800 episode. This is our series Beauty and Tourism, and we're going to start looking at the beginning of the city, going a bit neighborhood by neighborhood, and I want to explain about what I've done, why I made it the way I made it, and get your opinion. Now, please do share in the comments below or join my Discord channel. You can find the link to the Discord community in the description below. Please do join it so you can share, your thoughts, what looks good, what doesn't, what you want, hope for me to change, because obviously, this is just the beginning. We are going to change this over and over again. There is definitely a lot that still need to be done, so don't hesitate to share any comments. Okay, so I guess let's start with where I started, which is the farmers. And the farmers, honestly, right now it's quite simple, right? This is the block 10 by 10, which many have used in the past. That's really useful because you can place a bit whatever you want in a block of 10 by 10, and you don't have to always make it look the same, right? And then, putting a few trees, a few ornaments that for me make sense in farmer city, right? Like this well, it wouldn't make sense to put a super nice fountain, in my opinion. And also the farmers, without being any negative judgment, right? Is the lowest class in Anno, so they are also quite packed, right? There's a lot of houses, not a lot of trees. It's quite structured, right? It's very linear because that's a bit how it was, right? Uh, for this tier population. And yeah, putting a few of the different public service needs, like the fire station, here the hospital, the market, the pub, so all of this to cover. I also put in a bakery directly inside the city, because for me, it's even today the bakery, you just go to your baker around the corner. So that's why I put it inside the city. On top of that, it's done by workers, so that's why I also put it close to where I have worker houses, right? They sort of live there and they go to work here, if you will. So that's really the first corner I made. Then let's look into the second one, which was a bit the workers here. So the worker is quite similar, with even more space. You cram less houses in a block of 10 by 10. Sorry. You also need to put the church, and I started also to putting like nice ornaments, like flowers instead of just trees. You can see here. Then also a few ornaments here and there, like this hay, this log here. I can probably make it even more natural, better, but that's my first try at it. So the walkers here, as you can see, these walkers are surrounded by these walls, because they're going to be working in all of these industry blocks. Then you have the artisans in the middle here. And I also didn't want to just put sort of like farmers, then workers, then artisans. That didn't feel right for some reason. So put a bit more like farmers, some workers here, and workers, and then the artisan in the middle. As you can see, the artisans are going to also kind of expand that way, go away from the busy city. And for the artisan, starting to put nicer, there's obviously also other buildings like the school, but also starting to put a bit nicer elements. Like here you have the plaza, right? The market plaza with some statues and nice trees, few other statues here. First fountain, maybe too big for artisan, but let's see. For night, I think it looks quite nice. Also the theater, right, with newspaper. I mean, you go to the theater, you buy your newspaper, um, some benches to sit, either waiting for the next element or the next thing in the theater, or because you just bought your newspaper, you can sit. And again, some nice trees and flowers. Also the university, right? The university is the end building for Artisan, and there I went a bit all out with a lot of two fountains, few different elements. And one element I also try to do quite a bit is to put sort of the roads and things like this align with the entry point in the building. And you'll see it a bit more, especially in the industries. With the door is here, so the road is here. It's not like the road is gonna be over there. Here there's also a way to enter, right? So it's those type of thing I've tried to do. And especially I think you see it a lot in the farms where usually there's only one entrance. So I try to use that entrance where the road is. Also, I mean, the big roads are paved in here for the artisans and workers, but the inside roads are not paved for workers, and then most of the roads for the farmers are not paved at all. So that's the first population tiers. Now maybe let's start looking at some of these industries in more detail. And oops, sorry about that. And here we also have a bit more ornaments, different ornaments that we're gonna see. There's one here, there, here, this corner here. So we can start playing a bit more and also being less efficient, I guess. Let me change that one, I think. That doesn't look great, don't you think? The entrance should be more here. Okay. So yeah, and always, of course, making sure that it doesn't burn. So having, the fire station, the police station, and warehouses, but also your actual production, right? And this is obviously what's linked to pig, right? You have your sausage, your rendering, your soap that you can see, and trying to put elements that sort of make sense next to each other. It's not always perfect, especially you see grass there and then no grass there, but that's, I don't have a choice for now, at least. All these here. So really trying to put ornaments that make sense next to what they are. So this is the sausage, then you have the beer, right? And the beer is again workers, so that's why it's next to the worker. Some of the police station, fire station, warehouses. And you know what I was saying earlier on the entry, this is the entry, so the road goes there. And then this is the entry, so the road goes there, those type of things. Similarly here, trying to make it really, this one actually it's not, yeah, there is an entrance here, sorry. So that works. Next one here is the cans, canned food. And here I've used an item. And it's not because I want to min-max, it's actually because you're limited into your fertilities, right? And in particular, at the beginning here, I didn't have the fertility needed to make goulash. So I'm using Chef Michel. Instead of goulash, the building process is pigs. So that way I can do my pigs and iron, and it works. And I may do these type of things here and there. I haven't put, so there's basically no productivity boost, right? It's just a change in input. And yeah, I may do that from time to time. few more items, ornaments there. You can see those two buildings, ornaments. So really trying to make it look as real as possible. The entry of the police station is here, so I put two roads there, so it sort of fits, and ornaments in the back, and as always this nice brick wall around with an entrance. Of course they do need to be able to go there. So these are, and this is artisans, right? You need artisans for this, so that's why they're more aligned to the artisans than to the workers. Let's not look at the port because I'm still really working on it. Look at it another time. Then I made another small city here of farmers. You can see they have all of the buildings that they need. Few trees, few ornaments, a swing here. I also try to put these signposts when there was something kind of like a crossroad, many different, you could say this is neighborhood A, this is neighborhood B, so you have a cross sign that tells you, that way it's neighborhood B and this way it's neighborhood A type of thing. Yeah, so that's the city, and then here, pig. These are small walls, right? It's not the big brick walls. We have pigs with silos here and there. Try to not, have exactly the same. They don't look exactly the same. They are quite similar, of course, but not exactly. So some ornaments like wood, some wheat for the silo, the water in case it burns. This one is a bit more standard. Some wood here that's being cut through there, and tried to close it. Obviously it didn't work very nicely here, but I think that still works. And then some farms, hop farms, and the idea I had was, you can see another crossroad here, right? You could say that way is the city, this way is the farm of Mr. X. Hop farm. So yeah, as I was saying, those farms, try to make it like, this is owned by farmer A, this is owned by farmer B, so they want to put a fence, a small wooden fence between them. And I know you have sort of a small fence here, but I felt like it was even better to separate it fully like this. I don't know what you think, if you think it looks nice or not at all. Do tell me in the comments below. But yeah, that's what and sometimes some small ornaments too, here and there. Here I also put a small back garden, a garden in the back of of the house in a sense, right? Like with a swing, some trees, the clothes that are hanging out. You can see. So that's my up production. I also put one potato here just to cover that corner. Then another very small city with a mix of workers and farmers, because you need workers to work in the bakeries, and as you can see I have quite a bit of bakeries because it's close to the mills. So yeah, it's similar, a few trees, a few ornaments. I try to make it look natural. The roads are not always going the same way. Some are that way, some that way, small like this. And then they go work on the fields in the farms here. Where I was born in the north of France, is mill were usually quite close to the farms, so that's why I put them really next to it. I honestly don't love these scarecrows, because they sort of, they break the flow of the field. I don't feel like it's natural. Usually the scarecrows are just right in the field, so that's why also sometimes I put one of these outhouse next to it, so that it really breaks it, but a bit more natural, or even there, even more, right? Like you have a corner. I don't know if they're going to change that soon, but so I still put a few scarecrows, right? Because I don't want my fields to be attacked. So yeah, that's the farms here. And as you can see, I don't have the perfect number. I have 5 for 2, when the perfect sort of productivity would be 4 for 2. And the fifth one is actually used for the pigs, right? For the silos, because you need wheat. And in a perfect world, maybe I would have put the wheat field here, but I felt that it was not really like this in reality, right? It's more like the pig farmer is just going to go to the market and buy a lot of wheat. I don't mean the market where you and I buy, right? Like just the wholesale market. And then here now it's for the malt. I put the 2 malt house really next to the warehouse. For me, it's not something that would be in the middle of the fields. And then put the fields again with some, separation when I feel like, this is a different farmer than another. So they separate their fields. This is maybe just a bit far, but I think, that's natural. People do walk. It would take something to walk there. This bridge really looked very nice, I feel. So yeah, and now let's move to this one here, which is my mining, uh, you know, um, small community. It's why is there a hole there? Is that a house? Oh, let's put a house. Miners. So as always, you have, all of the main buildings that we need, like the police station, the fire station. Where is the market? There, the market, the pub, the school, the church, and ornaments, and there, wells. Even put a bit of worker type ornaments here. And this is not great. I should do something about this, but you can see, as always, I've put the brick walls with the entrance. Starts here at the mine, finishes here. Maybe in the future I'll expand that to here, but for now it's fine. With the furnaces and the sewing machine linked to the iron mine. I also have a few farmers here that are working in the lumberjack huts in the big forest. I added some trees myself to make it look like this. So that is the mining community. And here it is, ladies and gents. That's most of what we have so far. There's also, I started here, the investors and engineer first spot or neighborhood. But let's keep that for a future episode. And also, as I said, the harbor, I'm really just starting it. So that we'll see in the future. This piece here also is not really done. Oh, we didn't look at this one, sorry. So this is my farmers, right? My farmers are going to walk over there. There's also a bit of fences to show where they need to go work, and some ornaments, including a signpost as always. So that way is to go to the wheat farms, that way is to go to the artisan, this way to go to the schnapps, for example. And here I've used this nice, I think, layout, that goes like this, where you have one warehouse, one framework knitters, one sheep farm, one schnapps distillery, and one potato farm, all in sort of that block. And the number is not perfect, but almost right, so that's fine. And then around it, the fence. And then I repeat that pattern. So you can see I can't really avoid my min-maxing past, where I do like to have those like what I would call symmetrical designs and nice sort of rectangular elements, like also with the sausage, right? Where is the sausage here? That for me looks really nice. Yeah. I did put a big line of trees here because our artisans don't want to see that. So that's type of thing I'm trying to do to also really separate those neighborhoods as it is in reality, right? So once again, please do not hesitate to share any feedback around what you like, what you feel looks really nice, what you don't like, what you feel doesn't really look nice, what I should improve. And also maybe you can start sharing your suggestions about what I'm gonna work on next, which is trying to make this look a bit nicer in terms of the blocks of houses. I have once again the investor on the side, and also this part here. I'm really not sure what to put there, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I want to put a bit more houses, be it artisans or engineers on the mountain flank, or if it's more like a big park, maybe. I'm honestly not sure. It's always, I feel, a bit hard on those sides. And then next thing we're gonna start working on is the palace here and the zoo botanical garden here. So if you have any suggestion, any thoughts, what you would like to see, don't hesitate to share once again in the feedback below or to join my Discord community. Hope you like this episode and hope to see you next time.